If you've grown up in the church, some of your spirit-filled Christian instincts are going to well up and you're going to be like, well, I graduated from that. I don't believe that anymore. I don't operate like that. I may have that in my junk drawer, but it does not influence me. I'm not out here measuring good versus bad. It's not the kind of person I am. That's for the other people. People who don't go to church 4 times a month like I do, Pastor. Let me just press on that a little bit, all right? Let's say you're a little younger. You party one weekend and you hit it just a little too hard. You have just a little too much fun. There's a pang of guilt there. And so what do? You say to yourself, you know what? Next weekend, I'm going to take it easy. Why? Because I don't want to be known as that guy who does this kind of thing too often. What are you doing there as you look at your actions and then you try to balance it out? What are you doing? You're tipping the scale, at least trying to. Or you have a day at work where you regrettably treat a coworker horribly. And so you feel this pang of guilt as you drive home. Man, I was such a jerk to Chad. I was such a jerk to him. I was short with him. I was terse with him. I was condescending to him. And I feel terrible about that. That's not who I am. You know what? When I pull into the driveway today, I'm going to be the kind of husband and the kind of dad I want to be tonight. Because that's really who I am. I'm going to walk in the door. I'm going to kiss my wife and say, we're going out for dinner. I'm going to roll around on the floor and play with my kids. Because you know what? That's going to prove to you who you really are. And that's going to numb your guilt a little bit. What are you doing? What are you doing? You are trying to tip what? The scale. You're trying to tip the scale. Or maybe you're a bit older and you've had, let's just say you've had a bit of a reckless past and you've got maybe some deep secrets. You did some stuff that you're ashamed of. Stuff that other people, when they look at you, they would have no idea. The stuff you've seen, the stuff you've done, the stories you could tell. And the reason they would have no idea is because you've done an excellent job over the last 20 years of trying to course correct. And those who've known you over the last 20 years, this is the only person they've ever known. The guy who checks all the boxes, who does all the right things, who's patient and kind and generous. And one of the reasons that you have made this sharp course correction is because there's this sense in you that you have to make up for all the bad things that you did. I'm in debt, man. I've lived. What are you doing? You're trying to what? You're trying to tip the scale. You're trying to tip the scale. We just can't shake this idea that somehow, some way, we've got to try and balance things out. Obviously, the Christian faith tells us that this view, though so common, though so insidious and found in so much of our thinking, is, of course, problematic. It's not really a problem to think that there is someone who's watching and that there will be an accounting, because indeed there will be. We'll get to that in a second. The problem is that if you insist on living with this idea that there is a scale, and we've got to balance the good with the bad or tip the good in our favor. The problem with that is at least two things. Number one, it doesn't take God's holiness seriously enough, and it doesn't take our depravity seriously enough.